Everything happens to you for a reason. God put you through certain situations for a reason. You got to stop looking at certain things in your life as a loss and look at it like it's a lesson and a blessing. You got to learn from the things that you go through, because that's the only way you're going to get to the next level. Everything in my life right now is, it seems like it's crashing, but I always look at everything like it's a lesson. And I look at it like, yo, this is the sign, because what I prayed for was something heavy. And you got to understand that when you say heavy prayers, God starts to answer those prayers by removing things out your life and putting you in situations to where you have to learn and grow, and go through the fire, because everything is not going to be so like put in your lap. You're going to have to go through things. And I started to understand that with my life, so when I started to take losses, I turned them losses into lessons and learn from it. You got to also know this, right? When you say prayers, you got to also do the work. You got to stop sitting around thinking that it's all going to come together. I'm telling you, it's going to be uncomfortable. God is going to put you in certain situations for you to go through it. And the devil wants you to fold. You can't fold. You can't fold. This is kind of similar to everything that happened when my father transitioned. When my father transitioned, I was facing suicidal thoughts. I was facing so much. My life felt so done, and I came to realization that my father did not leave. My father transitioned. My father is still with me right now, okay? And I live and I carry on his legacy, okay? So when you see me, you see him, okay? So that's what I always preached to my father. I always told him, Dad, you ain't going nowhere. The devil wanted me to believe that my father was gone when he left the physical, but God tells you not to cherish this physical body. This physical body ain't nothing. These jobs and these places where you putting your all into, these jobs ain't nothing. They don't mean anything. When you stop and you quit in life, you got to understand that you are not only failing you, but you're failing God, and you're failing generations to come after you. Even though you can't see the steps, you got to understand that God is in control and God has control in your life, and you're going to be blessed. And in order for you to walk through those doors, God had to take you out of the situation. In order for you to walk through those doors, God had to pull those people out of your life so that you can let go of that baggage and take that walk. Because you got to understand that you can't get in certain places all because you're being held back by something that you don't know about. And sometimes we try to fight against God and what he does for us, and we don't even understand that that's setting us back. Okay? We don't even understand how that's setting us back. A lot of people always look at me like, yo, how are you so young? You're going through all these things all the time. And, you so focused. You got your head high. You always, high spirits, just doing what you got to do. And I always try to tell them, like, listen, when you're breathing and you just hear, that's the biggest blessing. When I'm up and I'm able to just breathe and look at my kids and, just be able to just look at my house and walk around, that's the first blessing that I accept. And once you accept that blessing, you accept everything else that come with it. Even if you lost everything, even if, you're going through something right now, you got to keep on going. When you pray for things, it's not going to be easy. Nobody makes it in their comfort zone. To follow God is not to be comfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable when you're following God and listening to him and being faithful to the word. It's not going to be easy. Take this video for example. Everything seems like it's falling apart, but I know it's coming together. It's a reason why I'm going through everything. It's a reason. And guess what? It's just a season. It's a reason. It's just a season. It's not a loss. It's a lesson. It's a blessing. Okay? So take that. I love y'all. Take some time to yourself to really sit down and reflect before you walk into these jobs, before you giving your all and burning yourself out in these situations and relationships. Just take the time to figure out if God has told you some things, because guess what? When it's too late in the end and you already go through things, you're just going to set yourself back. So sit down, pray to God, ask him to show you things, and he's going to show you through lessons and things that you go through. I love y'all once again, and have a great day. I'm waiting for that sun to come up. It's raining right now. My plants is watered. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling great. I love each and every one of y'all.